Hi everybody, welcome back to Bring Life Indoors. It's Moira here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're doing well and having a beautiful day. I'm continuing to go around my house and seeing and attending to the plants that need fresh soil. That's what I'm doing. We are in spring. We just entered spring, and that's what I'm doing. I'm really just going around my house and attending to plants that needs to be repotted, and simply because they just need fresh soil. The soil that's sitting in, it's old. It doesn't have nutrients anymore. Soil does get old. I mean, if let's be honest, we have it in a pot. It's not like outside in the ground. We have it in a pot. So over time, potting soil does get old. So it's very important to change your soil. Not to leave your plants in the same soil for years. It's very important to change up your soil and give your plants fresh new soil. So I do that every spring. I go around my house and attend to plants that I know I haven't repotted for years. And it's not because they're pot bound. It is not because there's something wrong with them. It's because I know the soil is old and the nutrients are gone, so I need to refresh and give them new soil. And trust me, every time I've done that, my plant thrives. So if you have a plant that it has been doing well, it's been thriving, and all of a sudden you see it's declining, it might be time to repot. It might be time to give it fresh soil, because soil, like I said, does get old and it loses all the nutrients it had, and you are left with just useless soil to your plants. So it's very important to repot your plants. Obviously I don't advise you to change your soil every so often, but with me, I wouldn't say I follow a certain I don't follow a certain rule. All I do, I attend my plants individually. It differs from one plant to another. When I see like these plants that I'm repotting today, I mean, this is my golden pothos. These are my golden pothos that are in my bedroom by my makeup table. They've been doing well, they've been thriving, but lately I've seen them decline. I've seen them not so happy. They dry out so quickly. They're not looking as healthy as I know them to be. And I have no doubt it's the soil, because there's nothing wrong on the outside. I'm not dealing with pests. There's nothing wrong with the plant on the outside. So once you know that, then you know it has everything to do with the soil. And for me, I know it's the soil because I haven't changed up this soil in more than 2 years. I haven't given these plants fresh soil, so I need to do that. So that's what I'm doing today. So you might be wondering, what are the things that I look for or I look at to know that now it's time to change the soil? Firstly, I would say it's good to know your plants. That's the first thing I would say. It's very important to know your plants, understand your plants, know how they look when they're happy, know how they look when they're thriving, and know how they look when they're not happy. Then it will be very easy for you to know what to do. The other thing is, for those who are new at this, it's important to know, to keep in mind, and if you forget, maybe write it down, but it's important to keep in mind as to when was the last time you reported this place. You can make a note of it if you think you're gonna forget that. Over time you can check your notebook to say, this plant is not doing well. When was the last time I gave it fresh soil? And then you will know you need to change the soil. And sometimes you just by looking at the soil, when the soil is old, it tends to be very hard, like rock hard. When it's dry, it tends to be very hard, that even when you water, it takes long to absorb the water. It just runs through the pot and out. It takes long to absorb the water. That's one of the signs that that soil is old, is very old. Other than that, the other way you will know that there's no longer nutrients in the soil for your plant, your plant will tell you. I just want to get a spoon. I love using my kitchen utensils to plant. But anyway, your plant will tell you when the nutrients in the soil have run out. Because you see it will start getting yellow, the leaves will start turning yellow, then you know you're dealing with a plant that is not receiving nutrients anymore. And that's another sign to know I need to give my plant fresh new soil. So I'm not going to disturb the plant much. I just want to show you how it looks. I'm just going to turn my camera just like this a bit. You know, this is how it looks. It's not pot bound. I did mention that it is not pot bound. I know it is not pot bound. This golden pothos is one of my creations. This was my this was my propagations. It was my cuttings, and look how beautiful it has grown. So it is not pot bound. So what I'm gonna do, I don't wanna take it completely out. I've removed most of the soil off, so I'm just gonna take it like it is and put it back in here. So like I said, it is not pot bound. All I'm doing is to just give it fresh soil. I'm putting it back in the same pot. I don't want to upsize the pot just yet. So I'm just gonna tilt my camera that you can see what I'm doing. So yeah, it's very important to do this to your plants. If you know you haven't changed up the soil in years, it's very important to do this to your plants. They will love you for it. They will thrive for you. They will be super happy. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I started last week. I did a few plants already and they look happy. I must actually take you around my house. I must do a video where I show you how they look. Sometimes people are scared to repot their plants because they think they're gonna kill them. No, you're not gonna kill your plant. You know, if anything, you're gonna do good for it. You're gonna do good to it. You're not gonna kill it. It's gonna appreciate you for it, for giving it fresh soil. It's gonna love you for it. It's gonna appreciate you for it. You're doing your plant good by doing that. You're not doing it harm, you know. So yeah, so I'll do an update video just to show you how they look. Not that there's, you know, just to show you how they look, because there might be someone out there who says, am I not going to disturb my plant? Is it not going to get mad and angry at me for doing this to it? No. And I'll show you with the plants I've recently potted. How they look. I'll definitely do an update video. Maybe I will do one for next week, just to show you how they look. The plants I've repotted, how they look. They're doing well. There's no issues. They're happy. There's no issues at all. They didn't decline. They didn't fall apart. You know. So there we go, done. And it was dry. Like I said, I watered this recently and it was already dry. You know. So I'm going to, once I'm done potting up everything, I'm going to give them water. So there's one done. I'm done with this one. There we go. Then we're gonna do another one. I've got Marble Queen. It's also doing super awesome, but it doesn't look as lovely as it usually does. So even this one, I want to change up the soil and give it fresh soil. So let's see what's going on. Like I say, I haven't removed these plants out of, you see, I mean, I haven't taken them out of this in a long time. Even this one is dry, yet I watered them not so long ago and it's already dry. So we're gonna use the same pot. Like I said, they're not pot bound. We just want to change up the pot. We're gonna use the same pot. And because I don't want to disturb the plant too much, what I'm doing is I'm removing just most of the soil. I'm not gonna take out all the soil. I'm just gonna remove just most of the soil. And then I'm gonna put it back in the pot. There we go. Then I'm happy for a while. Okay, let's just maybe remove a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And I've got more fresh soil than, yeah, that's better. That's better. It's doing well. The roots are nice and healthy. So you want to keep this plant happy, you want to do this. If you want to keep your plants happy, you want to continue to give them, to make sure that they've got nutrients, you know, they've got food, you know, yeah. So there we go. Just gonna use my chopstick to make sure that so yeah, there we go. It's not pot bound, therefore I'm not changing up my pot. I'm keeping it in the same pot. I think maybe next year it will be, after a year or so, then we'll be changing up a pot, but for now we are okay. For now we are okay. So I'm just gonna pet it. Now you need to be careful when you pet your plants on your counter, because this is a stone. You can really break your pot. So I'm putting something soft underneath, and then we pet, just to make sure that, you know, the soil went in there. Yeah. Then we'll do a video just to show you. It's very important. It's really something important to do with your plants. Like I said, they will love you for it. They'll appreciate you for it. And they will thrive for you. They will thrive for you. Just a minute. Okay, I'm done with this one. Here is my marble queen. This is my marble queen all potted up. And yes, I'm going to give them water once I'm done repotting everything. Now, all these plants are from my bedroom. Okay, so now we want to look at this Brasil. Now, this one was affected by the winter. We've had such a cold winter this year. And yeah, the top leaves, because yeah, they were very much, you know, it sits by my window, were pretty much affected. So I want to wrap some of these stems into the soil, you know, because I don't like the look. So we want to see how this is doing and how it's looking. I won't be surprised if it's pot bound, because I haven't repotted this in years. Exactly my point. It's not completely pot bound, but look at that. Then it makes sense why it dries up so quickly. It makes sense why it's not looking so excited anymore about life. So we're gonna give it a bigger pot, And we're gonna try and wrap some of the stems that have lost leaves into the soil that they can propagate in the soil. So that's what I'm gonna do. So there we go. This one doesn't need water, it's still very much moist from the last time I watered it. So and I'm not gonna disturb the soil. I don't want to disturb it at all. I'm just gonna put it as it is, you know, just gonna put it as it is. And I want to take these stems, but let's first put soil around it. Let's first do this. Just remove some. This is the best thing you can do for your plants. It's really, yeah. Okay, we're gonna put soil around it. Gonna do that. Right. Once we've done this, I've left a little bit of room on top. Now I wanna I'm gonna show you what I mean. The rest is beautiful. It's a whole lot of foliage going on. I hope I don't break anything at this point, because I love this plant of mine. So here, I don't have leaves all the way. They died because of cold. You know, they died because of cold. So what I want to do is wrap them on top. Okay, this one is fine. There are those that are fine. So I want to leave them alone, the ones that are fine. This stem is fine. And this stem, not so fine. Okay. This stem not so fine, and then this stem is also not okay. So you want to be careful when you do it that you don't break your plant. I don't want to break my plant. I don't like breaking my plants. So these are okay. Somehow they will, because I'm still gonna add more soil. This what you call them, the nodes will be able to get soil. Like this one is okay, but these two are fine. So we just want to wrap this one. Maybe let's start with this one. Is the smallest. We want to wrap, we want to go in a direction that it allows you to go. Don't force your plant to go in a direction it doesn't want to go. It will snap. So you want to feel which direction is more likely to go, allow you to take it. It's more likely to allow you to take it. Then you go underneath the other foliage stems, and then we wrap it. Now I'm gonna bring my camera close that you can see what I'm doing. So then we wrap it in the soil like that. Like that, we secure it into the soil. I'm going to use my pins. I need to get my hairpins. So there, like that, that's exactly what we're gonna do. And this will propagate. It will get, you know, you'll get roots. I mean, not propagate, but it will root into the soil. So that's what we're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. So I just need to get pins and I'll be back. I am using hairpins. So just open it up and then try and close it back again like that. So we're gonna pin this into the ground, into the soil, that it can stay. There we go. Maybe a few pins. There we go. And then we're gonna wrap another one. Okay, so I've done that. I've wrapped it. I'm just gonna put soil lightly on top, like so. And we're done. Just gonna pat it. There we go. And you'll see those nodes will root and the plant will look nice and neat. Done with this one. Just going to lift it up so you can see now how it looks. We don't have that messy looking naked stems anymore. It looks very nice. It looks it looks amazing. We don't have that messy looking stems anymore on top. Actually, now that I've done this, I forgot that I actually wanted to, because it looks bare now on top, I wanted to pot up. I do have propagated golden pothos, no, Brazil. I'll do that just now. Let's just repot this one. I've got another one here, also from my window. This is also Brazil. Still recovering from what winter did. You see, that's exactly the cold. So this leaf is gone. It's still wet because I recently gave them water. I'm just gonna remove the soil. You can see there's roots coming out at the bottom. Okay, so that's how it's looking. It looks great. I'm not going to disturb it either. I'm just going to give it a bigger pot. It explains it, why they dry out so quickly, but I also knew. I've just been waiting for spring to do this. So we're just going to give it a bigger pot. Here it is. I'm not going to water these plants. They're still very much moist. So there we go. We're just going to give it put it in there and give it a bigger pot. Now it also has stems that has lost leaves, and I'm going to do the same with it. Just going to go and see if I don't have Let me see if I've got those cuttings. Alrighty, here are the cuttings I got from these plants, Brazil cuttings, and they're definitely ready to be potted up. So I'm gonna add them in here and also in this pot, just to, you know, just so my plant doesn't look so bare on top. So I'm glad I did this. So we're just gonna add like this. Just gonna tilt my camera just to make my plant full. That's how you can fill up your plants. So if you've got plants that are looking a bit bare, you just take cuttings from the same plant, and then after you've removed the cuttings, then you you propagate those cuttings and you put them back in the same pot. Then your plant will look nice and full. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. This looks nice already. I mean, it looks awesome already. Then I'll leave some for the other plant, the other pot. I'm not gonna use everything on this pot. I think this is enough. I think this is enough. And I love how it looks already. So we're gonna put soil. I really do love how it looks already. Nice. Let me add you. And I'll spray a bit where they are sitting, just for moisture, where I've put them, because I'm not watering this plant, not planning on giving this plant water. There we go. Then we can have you right here, like so. You know, it looks funny and weird. Okay, now we're going to add soil. Okay, now we're gonna just try and make sure that, be careful. I mean, this is terracotta and this is stone. I don't wanna break my pot. Okay, I'm making a bigger mess here. Usually I have this sitting inside the mat, the planting mat, and now it's outside the planting mat. So definitely making a bigger mess. I've got this beautiful baba here. I don't know if you can see it. It's growing there. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a spray bottle where the propagated ones are. I'm just gonna spray just a little bit of water where they are, because I don't want to water this at all. Now I just remembered that I didn't twirl, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and do that. Okay, there we go. Done. I've made my pot look a bit fuller. I've got this one. Okay, I don't know, I hope this one will be as easy as the other one was. The other one was not so difficult to tuck these into the soil. Okay, so we want to do this. We want to just tuck it in here, and we'll use pins again. And again, go with your plant, go with it where it wants to go. Don't force it where you want it to go, because you don't want to snap the plant. Just go with it. And you take your pin, you open it up a bit. Ouch, that was so. And try and go with your plant. It might flip and turn on you. Just follow it, it's okay. And then you choose a spot. And you choose a spot and you let's see if it doesn't want to go the other way. No, it doesn't. So we are on the right track. This is where it wants to go, for sure. Just play around with it. Yeah, we're gonna stop here. So we're gonna pin it right here. Right here. Then you leave it like that. This one is the one I just planted. This one is this one. Then there's another one. This one feels so rigid. When it feels like that, I almost don't want to bother it at all. But let's see. If it agrees. And we take another safety pin. And there we go. And we've got another one. Where does it want to go? It wants to go this way. So we take it that way. Go with your plant. Don't take it where it doesn't want to go. And we're going to tuck these stems into soil. There we go. It's agreeing with us. So the last pin, I hope I have one here. Yay, I do, amazingly enough. Then we open it and we try and close it back up again, like that. And we're gonna pin it right there where we want it. There we go. Then we can add that little bit of soil layer on top. And we're done. And we pad. got a lot of soil here. And add a bit more layer. Okay, now I'm going to take because I've put propagations in here, where I put propagations, I'm just going to give it a sip of water where the propagations are sitting. This is a propagation. This is a propagation. And this is a propagation. Just to make this, where they are a bit moist, just a little bit like that. There's one running here. That's it. We don't want to give it too much because, yeah, we don't want to give it too much. Just where I've put my propagations. Because this was already pretty moist. Yeah, I think that's enough. That's enough. So this is how it looks now. And obviously, because one has folded and wrapped the stems around into the soil, the plant looks a bit shorter than what it was. But trust me, it's worth it. It's going to root. When you do that, it's going to root into the soil. So yeah, and it looks neater, it looks fuller. There we go. And I'll keep you updated as to how this plant is doing. There we go. And to show you that I didn't give it a lot of water, just a sip where the propagations are sitting, it didn't even drip underneath. And I'm glad. So I'll monitor those propagations, because when you take plants from water, which you're propagating in water, and you put them in soil, you need to keep the soil moist for a few days. So I'll spray where they are for the next few days. Okay, now I want to put these in the soil to make this plant look and full, not just look full, but be full. So we're going to remove some of the soil, because I had forgotten to do that. Just from the top, we're going to remove some of the soil just from the top. We're not going to disturb what we've already done. And then we're going to try and make, I don't know how we're going to do that. Or maybe I should leave it alone. I don't know. We're going to try, because, you know, we can try from the sides. Okay, there's one in. Try another one here. There's another one in. Just trying to see what we can do. I'd love for them to take, you know. Okay. And I'll be done. Okay. Yeah, it looks great already. It really does. Okay, then we're gonna put back the soil. There we go. And hope for the best, especially with these propagations. Alrighty, I'm also gonna do the same. I'm gonna give it just a little bit of a sip where the propagations are sitting. Just gonna give it a sip where the propagations are. They are here around. Okay, then it's nice and moist. So yeah, done well. So it looks a bit full, not so big. Now these plants are going back to my window. So the last one would be this micans. Let's see what's going on with micans. It's also pretty wet. I'm going to remove most of the soil with micans. Just gonna mix soil quickly. Alrighty, I've mixed more soil. So yeah, I'm just gonna put my micans into nice fresh soil because I bought this plant and I never changed the soil. I'm glad I'm doing that now. And yeah, not gonna remove too much. Just like this is fine. And I have no doubt it's gonna be very happy. And give it terracotta pot because they like to dry out. Philodendrons don't like to stay wet for too long, in my opinion. It's a plant that wants to dry out in between, in my opinion. They seem to, with me, they seem to do very well when they don't, you know, the soil doesn't stay wet for too long. You know. So there we go. This is my last one, and I'm done for today. Like I say, something I'm doing gradually. I'm not out here trying to plant everything all at once. I'm taking my time. I mean, I've got the whole spring to do this. For the plants that I feel definitely needed attention or needs attention. So there we go. I'm not gonna give this water either because I'll water it maybe after a few days or so, 2 days or so. The plants that I know I need to water is those two that sits by my makeup table, above my makeup table, the golden pothos and the the Marble Queen. So yeah, I'm done. I am done. I am done. Wonderful. Definitely gonna give you an update on how these plants are doing. I think the first update, it will be just, you know, just to show you a few weeks after the report how they're doing, that they didn't go and shrivel up and die or complain or moan. They didn't fall apart. They really are happy. And then I'll do another update after a few months to show you how now they are doing after a few months. But the first update I want to give you is to encourage someone out there who feels, what if I repot, you know, give my plant a new soil, and then it falls apart on me? I want to show you that that doesn't happen. That won't happen on you. Unless if you, I don't know, do what to that plant. Unless if you don't handle it well with care and all that. I don't know. But for me, every time I've done this to my plants, they love it, they're happy, they thrive. So I'll definitely, this week, I'll still take a video, which I'll release next week, just to show you. I'll give these ones a week, just one more week, because others already has had a week. This is the second week. I'll give this one a week, and then I'll take a video just to show you 2 or 3 weeks later, after I've reported these plants, how they're doing. They didn't flop on me, they didn't fall apart, they didn't die. If anything, they are okay, to show you that you didn't do any harm to them. And then I'll do another update video where maybe after a few months to show you how are they doing, you know, and all that. But it's been fun. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, go and repot your plants, the ones you've left for so long in the same old soil over years and having not repotted. Go give them fresh soil. And you might be surprised, some of them are pot bound and they'll appreciate a bigger pot. But anyway, it's been fun. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, have yourself a beautiful day. Bye.